My Hero Academia manga chapter 217 was titled The New Power and All for One. So yeah, that was the title for this week's manga chapter of My Hero Academia, and it was only 13 pages long, but we got a lot of information out of this week's manga chapter. So we start the manga chapter with Izuku, Bakugo, and All Might pretty much going into this room, discussing about the situation with this new quirk that appear with Deku and stuff, and all for one and all that stuff. So yeah, they was talking about it, and All Might and them pretty much was talking about how the Black Whip quirk that Izuku was using possibly came from one of the users previously that held All for One, like how the fan base has been talking about theories and stuff about this, how they've been coming up with theories that how previous holders of one for all pretty much had other quirks as well, and had been like mixed up with one for all and stuff, going into previous users and stuff for it and stuff like that. That's how the fan base been talking about, like theories like that, and pretty much it's like the same theory that All Might was saying. Pretty much how he thinks his Black Whip quirk that Izuku pretty much possessed during their training and stuff with Class B and stuff, Class 1B. How he was claiming, how he was saying that he thinks that the previous user of All for One, the one that held it before his master, the All for One, like the One for All user number 6, I think he was the 6th user, how he was the one that had possibly had the same quirk that Izuku was using during the training and stuff. So yeah, that's the conclusion that All Might pretty much had and stuff. And then Bakugo was like, well, how about if I threaten him and stuff like that. Bakugo was pretty much being boring, torturing the hell out of Izuku in this manga chapter. How he was like, well, how about if I throw him into a corner and freaking torture him and stuff. Would the quirk come out then and stuff? And All Might was like, possibly, but don't do that. So yeah, Bakugo was pretty much it was funny. Bakugo was like, well, this ain't no fun, this is boring, I'm leaving. So yeah, pretty much he wanted to torture the hell out of Izuku in this week's manga chapter, but it was pretty funny. But All Might wouldn't let him. But yeah, it was a pretty funny scene right there between all three of them. So, pretty much then we get to a scene with Izuku, how Class 1B and Class 1A was hanging out together. It was pretty much eating lunch and all that together. But then we see a scene with Izuku and Todoroki. And Todoroki was talking to Izuku, how, if you remember, during the sports festival, we've seen Izuku talking to Todoroki, talking to him about release it all because both of those quirks are yours. And Todoroki was like, well, why would you tell me that if you didn't do the same thing, because you had this new quirk all of a sudden. And Izuku was like, no, it's this new quirk that I never knew about. This is the first time I used it, and not only that, it's something to do with my quirk. So yeah, that's what Izuku was saying to Todoroki, and Todoroki was like, okay, I understand. Cool. That's pretty cool, I guess. And then pretty much Todoroki was like, speaking about my quirk and all that, I need to go do some training and stuff. And apparently, we see Endeavor has this one villain, like, got some by the face or whatever. It was pretty funny. While Todoroki was discussing about the quirks and stuff to Izuku, we see a scene where Endeavor gets one of the villains by the face or whatever, got him by the face. And pretty much he gets the text messages and stuff. And it's pretty funny because Endeavor was texting Todoroki. It was pretty funny. You see the text messages too. He goes like, how are you, Shoto? answer, reply. So yeah, it was pretty funny. And then you finally got Todoroki replying back to him, yeah, just teach me this, how train me more with this quirk and all that. So yeah, it was a pretty funny scene right there. I like that scene with Endeavor like that. Like Endeavor's trying to like get Todoroki to reply to him, and Todoroki will not reply to him unless he can, if he can improve on his quirk, pretty much. He don't really care for his dad like that. So yeah, that was pretty funny right there. That was a pretty cool scene. But yeah, apparently Todoroki will be training with Endeavor for to train with this quirk and all that. That'll be pretty cool. Hopefully we get to see more in development with Todoroki's quirk as well. So we get to the next scene. After that, we see pretty much everybody talking. All Might, Aizawa, Prism Mike, and the principal and all of them was talking. And the principal was talking about how he was going to do all the paperwork and all that stuff for the training that Class 1A and Class 1B had and all that stuff. And then we'll get to another scene where Aizawa pretty much got some. So yeah, we get to a scene with Aizawa bringing in Eri and how he has Mona Mother and Izuku and Mirio. So yeah, he gets all of them there. And how Aizawa wants to do this is like Eri can't control her quirk and all that. She gets trouble. Well, she can't even control it at all. So yeah, but she's sad because she can't control it, and it'll go out of control and all that, and pretty much hurt other people around her and stuff. That's what she's afraid about. And we get this. We get the scene that Aizawa was like, "Hey, Monoma, you can copy quirks, so can't you copy?" It's pretty much how he was trying to explain copy her quirk and all that stuff. So yeah, something to do with that. Aizawa was going to figure out and stuff like that. We'll figure out more about the with Monoma copying the quirk and all that stuff in next week's manga chapter. Now I think it'll be like him copying her quirk or whatever, so Mirio can get a quirk or something like that. So yeah, because Mirio is there with them discussing about that stuff. So yeah, we'll figure out more about that next week, hopefully. So yeah, that's what happened there. And then we get this cool scene with Izuku and Eri, where Izuku was like pretty much talking to her, talking about you could train your quirk and all that. Your quirk would develop and all that stuff. And you saved me, so you saved me already using that quirk and stuff. So you could save other people. Don't ever give up. That's what he was saying. Pretty much encouraging her to never give up, to train her quirk and all that. And her quirk ain't that bad, yeah, it goes out of control and all that. She can't use it that well, but once she gets to do training and stuff with it, she'll get her get the quirk right in a way, pretty much finally getting it under control and stuff. So yeah, that's what Izuku was telling Eri and stuff, and Eri was like, okay, and all that stuff. But yeah, then the manga chapter ends after that. So yeah, that was pretty much it about this week's manga chapter. It was only 13 pages, but we got a little bit of information and all that. There was one point in this manga chapter I forgot to mention, where when All Might, Bakugo, and Izuku was talking about, that Black Whip quirk that Izuku was using, they brought up All For One, and how All For One possibly knows something about this, because he was the one that created this quirk and stuff. So yeah, we'll figure out more about that possibly in next week's manga chapter as well. But yeah, definitely can't wait for next week's manga chapter. It'll be more about Monoma and stuff, copying the quirks and all that. We'll figure all that out next week, hopefully. So yeah, that'll be pretty cool. But yeah, this week's manga chapter of My Hero Academia was pretty cool. I liked it. Pretty good manga chapter. I like it for damn sure. I'll give a 8.5 out of 10 stars. That's why I'll give it. Pretty good manga chapter. But yeah, like, subscribe to Team W Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to this channel, World of Chris 100, subscribe to my other channel, Chris Potatoes. Like this video and comment on this video about what you guys think about this week's manga chapter in My Hero Academia. Like I said, it was a pretty good one. But yeah, like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. I'll be down in the description box. So you can follow all my social media accounts. And yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next video.